Will you please rise now for the national anthem and remain standing for the invocation by Father Simon Becker. Good evening. On behalf of the graduating class of 1985 and myself, I would like to welcome all of you to our commencement ceremony this evening. We will begin the ceremony this evening with a salutatorian's address. Mike Botke, the son of John and Joyce Botke, received this honor and at this time will present his address.
Please be seated. How many graduation ceremonies have you attended in your lifetime? How many times did you listen to speeches and addresses which focused on topics such as responsibility, appreciation, thank yous, future plans, and many others seemingly fitting topics for the occasion? Well, after a horrendous, traumatic, excruciating time of trying to make a speech for this occasion, I will attempt to present a new twist to this particular graduation ceremony. It might not fit the traditional model, but hopefully you'll get the point at the end of my speech. Back in our grade school days, we pulled a lot of harmless pranks, including ringing doorbells and running, burning bags of doggy doo-doo on porches, and prank phone calls. As we grew older, our pranks became better, although still harmless. Once I was caught putting a kid's bicycle on top of a yacht club roof, much to his father's dismay. I was laughing too hard to take it down. In an act of pure innocence, at a gathering one night, my classmates and I convinced a certain member of our graduating class, not to mention his name to embarrass him, to disrobe for monetary gains. My first exposure to the high school system of justice, or injustice as one may say, occurred when I was wrongfully accused, without due process, of being an accessory to a mooning at a basketball game. I was no more guilty than anybody else that stood up at that game. The sentence issued to me was 4 detentions. And then there are the usual homecoming pranks, such as putting the high school up for sale on toilet papering. Our class was deprived of borrowing an outhouse for a bonfire since administration sought to quiet homecoming. And then there is our famous mayor who unwillingly donated his front lawn to the campaign of an Algoma police officer for sheriff. Rumors have it, Officer Haltofteride sign made it to his famous burning barrel. Giving up bubble gum at an early age, I moved to chewing tobacco, which my parents did not approve. For the well-being of my teeth, and in order to cool down the home front, I went back to bubble gum. What does this all mean, and why am I telling you this? Well, graduation, in my eyes, is just what I told you, a reflection of past events, as you can see, many mischievous ones. Now I'm 17, going on 18, and I know the tendency for being a devious person will always be with me. However, I do know now that it's time to change, and I must look more positively at what's ahead, and I realize that my classmate accomplices sitting here tonight are at the same phase in their lives. During my school days, I felt so much like William Shakespeare, who once said that he felt like the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like a snail unwillingly to school. So graduation, to me, is a tremendous relief. No longer will I be forced to play the role of the snail. My classmates and I now have new roles to fill. We must most of all be ourselves, never allowing the roles we play to be false or disguised ones. Shakespeare also said, all the world's a stage, and each must play his part. Well, he probably meant that our part should be where we are true to ourselves, and when the play is at its end, we can look back, just as I did tonight, and say we are proud of our performance. I am not saying that I am proud of all the things I told you tonight, but they are just me, and that is what counts. Just as those pranks have become a part of the past for me and my classmates, so will the future hold forth moments to smile back and reflect on the satisfaction and success was built on Frank Sinatra sang the old theme, I Did It My Way.
Father Becker will now give the invocation since somehow we missed it the first time.
Eternal God, we ask your blessing on this class of 1985, and we beg that all in that class may always be a grateful people, grateful for the sacrifices made by both parents and school and teachers, which have made this day possible. We pray that they will not forget the lessons that they have learned, especially those in history, sociology, human relations, all of which can best be summed up in the words, learn to love one another. This is our prayer, and we ask it for the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Karen VF was our exchange student this year. She is from Denmark and is Algoma High School's first AFS student. I was able to learn a great deal about Karen and her country and also became a close friend of hers this year. I will miss her very much next year. Karen would now like to share a few words with us about her stay in Algoma.
Kære elever, forældre og andre fremmødte. Hvad vi her er samlet om i aften er meget vigtigt for eleverne, og de fleste har set frem til dette med stor glæde og forventning. This is how I would start my speech in my own language, Danish. That would be somewhat easier, even though I have been staying in Algoma for almost a year. It would be easier not only because I know my own language a lot better than English, but also because I would not have to worry about what to say and what not to say, because none of you would be able to understand me. As I mentioned before, I have been in Algoma for almost a year. I have also been attending Algoma High School as a senior. That has meant a lot of good experiences for me and hopefully for others. I have also this year met a lot of new people that have almost all of them been friendly and helpful to me. I would here like to take the opportunity to thank some of them. First of all, I would like to thank the Algoma AFS chapter that made it possible for me to come. I have been the first exchange student in Algoma that had any support from the community, and that has been a great help for me, plus a lot of fun. A thank you to the family that was assigned especially to help me with any problems, Jim Blanch and Amy Blanek. My next thank yous would absolutely have to go to my two host families, John, Sue, Lisa, and Bob O'Connell. They were the first family that offered to open their home for an exchange student, and I really enjoyed my stay there. My next family was Craig, Sandy, Marley, and Max Schultz. They were also very, very good to me and have shown me many different parts of the country. Next, I would like to thank all my teachers, the school staff, Mr. Hafman, and Madam Selma Wren. Madam Selma Wren is the head of the AFS chapter in the school, and we have had many good times talking about some of the funny customs we found that the Americans had. My teachers and I had in the beginning some small problems with working out my language problems, but after a while, when both partners got used to it, it went just fine. I would here like to thank especially two of my teachers, Mrs. Rock, which have been very understandable and nice to me, and Mr. Patterson, that during the year have been trying to teach me some English, and he have, together with his wife Carol, been a great help to me and gave me a lot of encouragement during the year. I also said in the beginning that I had some really good experiences in Algoma, and I could here be rambling on, so I'll just take one of my good experiences and tell you about them. One of the first things I noticed was that when I was walking downtown Algoma, people were sending me greetings and saying hi, and I thought, oh, this is great. I'm really an important person, huh? Everybody's saying hi to me. After a while, I got to think about it, and I thought, well, how do they know that I'm an exchange student? And now I know that it's just something nice people are doing in Algoma. Since AFS exchanges are going to be here every year, please remember these things. Even though we learn to speak your language as best we can, many communication problems do exist. Exchange students and local students can share cultural exchanges with each other, but it takes extra effort from both of us. All good things to be gained come with the price of being open, patient, and tolerant of people's differences, so we can learn and share our cultural traditions and have fun doing it. I encourage you all to travel and experience what I have experienced here. If you cannot travel, experience the exchange students who come to learn about you. Host a student, teach them about your country, listen and learn about their culture. The world will be a better place to live in that way. And finally, I would like to thank the senior class for giving me many good experiences, and I wish them all good luck in the future. A special thank you to two seniors, my closest friends, Robin Anders and Autumn Senner. Thank you.
Robin Anders, the daughter of Margie and Dale Anders, is the president of our class. She also happens to be my best friend and has been for the past 6 years. Robin has always been a leader. She served as the vice president our sophomore year, president our junior year, and president again this year. Robin also received the DAR award this past fall. At this time, Robin will deliver the president's address. Robin?
Good evening, and once again welcome to the Class of 85's commencement ceremony. I would like to take this time on behalf of my class and myself to express our appreciation to those who provided us with an invaluable asset, our education. And education truly is an invaluable asset. We just naturally tend to think that schooling is ours for the taking, but we must stop to think about those who provide the opportunities for us to learn. There are many people involved, and they all play an important part in helping us to establish the basis of our futures in one way or another. In order for this system of education to work, there must be cooperation. Through the cooperation of our teachers, the school board, the taxpayers, and of course our parents, we have been given something that we will need and we will use throughout our lives, whether we go on to advanced schooling or enter the working world. That something is our education. We, as graduating high school students, must stop and realize how influential our education will be on our futures. During high school, we have had the option of choosing the path toward our futures best suited to us. We have had the opportunity to choose the classes that will help to lead us in the direction of our goals. This opportunity to choose is a result of the cooperation, and by having been able to choose means that we have already built a foundation and can begin constructing our futures upon it. We, the graduates, have been faced with challenges in the past, many of them provided by our parents, friends, and our teachers. We must think of the importance teachers play in our lives. As we mature, we have lots of teachers, both in and out of the classroom. But if we consider the role of the teachers in front of the class, we see that even though they irritated us at times, we've irritated them. Even though they have scolded and cajoled us, they only wanted to make us learn. Thus, they were challenging us. Besides being challenged by our teachers and our classes, we have also been challenged through our chosen activities, whether they've been sports, music, forensics, FFA, student council, class politics, or working on the school paper. Each of these activities is a challenge in one way or another, and whether or not you're a great athlete, a talented actor, a singer, or a creative writer, you've accepted a challenge, and just by taking on that challenge has made you a success. Success is mostly measured by our accomplishments, but it should also be measured by our attempts. Summoning courage to try something different is often difficult, but it definitely deserves acclaim. Each one of us who is graduating tonight has succeeded. This evening is just one of our many future successes. Most of us have also set some personal goals for ourselves. We may or may not achieve all of these personal ambitions, but I think that we as a class must set and try to fulfill some other goals. The Algoma class of '85 is just one of thousands of graduating classes in the state of Wisconsin and throughout the United States. We, the graduating class of '85 throughout the country, are the future leaders. We will be making the important decisions, and we will be involved in the issues that surround our world. It should not only be our goal, but it should also be our responsibility to make this world a better place. We must strive for better understanding among each other. And if we all try to do this, we've already accomplished our goal. In closing, I would like to express a special thanks to my parents who have so willingly sacrificed so much for me. I would also like to wish my classmates much luck with their futures. I hope that you all have a safe, healthy, and happy life. Thank you.
The Algoma High School Chorus would now like to perform their vocal selection entitled "We'll Say Goodbye," whose lyrics were changed by Paul Koenig to suit the occasion. The chorus is directed by Mr. Merle Colburn. Chris Welski, the son of Carolyn and Dean Welski, earned the position of valedictorian of our class. Chris was extremely active during high school. A few of the activities he participated in were football, basketball, baseball, and forensics. In addition to all of his extracurricular activities, he also maintained a high academic standing. At this time, Chris will deliver the valedictorian address. Chris?
Father Becker, Mr. Gerke, Mr. Halfman, faculty, family, relatives, friends, and fellow students. We, the graduating class of 1985, would like to thank the administration and faculty for dedicating their lives to our development. Each and every one of these teachers has gone to school and obtained an education in some specific area so that they could teach their skill to us. Living in a small town like Algoma, where we only have about 360 students in school, it gives us the opportunity to receive a lot of individual attention. When you work with the same teacher for a whole year, and sometimes even 2 or 3 years, it gets to be more than a student-teacher relationship. We get to know each other as individuals. They know what we're like inside, just as we can see them through the way they teach. Look at Mr. Shaneberger and Mr. Patterson. They both teach the same course. I think they're both really good teachers. When you're sitting in class with Mr. Shaneberger, you're learning in a calm, quiet, laid-back kind of atmosphere. You move one door down with Mr. Patterson, and he's cracking jokes, telling stories. It's a completely different situation. Then there's Mr. Nickel. He's precise, he expects a lot from you, and he's organized. And he expects the same qualities from you. Each teacher in his own way strives for that one common goal, which is our education, and for that we thank them. At a more personal and closer level, I think we'd all like to thank our parents. More specifically, I'd really like to thank both of mine. They've both given me encouragement as well as support throughout high school. The encouragement and support hasn't only come through schoolwork. It's come through athletics and other extracurricular activities as well. In 4 years of high school, my parents have probably only missed 1 or 2 of my basketball or football games. Having your parents behind you really gives you a good feeling inside. After game, I could sit down and talk to my dad for hours. We talk about what went right, what went wrong, what we could have did better to make the game a better outcome. I could really feel that he cared and was interested in what I was doing. My mom, I think, too many times I just take for granted. I say, Mom, can you have my jersey washed for tomorrow? It's washed. I say, Mom, got late practice tonight. She gives me a meal before I go. I say, Mom, could you type my paper? I just don't have time. She'll type it. These are my thoughts about my parents. I'm sure they're no different from many of my classmates. Having the opportunity to write this speech has given me the chance to look back on my high school days. I can remember playing up at O'Connell Falls this year in basketball when Jim Nellis and Mark Zastro made those 2 unbelievable shots that gave us the win in double overtime. I can remember playing out in the slop and rain against Kewanee at Perry Field this year in football and getting a 3-0 win in overtime. I'll always remember the real close friendships that I have, especially the one with John that started when we were about 5 years old. All these memories have brought us through high school up to tonight's commencement. If you take a quick glance at the word commencement, you would think it would mean the ending of something. Do you know what it really means? It means to begin in a new state or character. Some of us are preparing for college, while others are going to find a job. Regardless, we are going to have to rely on ourselves. Herman Wouk chose to preface his book Inside Outside with the following quotation from Ecclesiastes. Rejoice, young man, in your youth, and let your heart pleasure in the days of your young manhood, and walk in the ways of your heart, and the sight of your eyes. But know that for all these God will bring you into judgment. So remove trouble from your heart, and put away wrongdoing from your flesh. For boyhood and youth are a breath. It seems as if the past 4 years have just flown by. And in the future, I think they're going to go by even faster. Many of us will be on our own. We'll have to make decisions for ourselves. We will be known by the decisions that we make. So it's our responsibility to use our best judgment when making them. In conclusion, I'd like to relate a story about William Boyles, who teaches U.S. history at Southington High School in Connecticut. Being an advisor to the class of 1983, he was asked to speak on graduation night. Not knowing where to start, he remembered that his grandfather had long ago taught him how to leave someone you love. When Bill was 10 years old, he was suddenly confronted with the anguish of moving from the only home he'd ever known. A big old house, gracefully touched with the laughter and tears of 4 generations. Bill asked his grandfather, "How can I ever say goodbye to you and all my friends?" Grandfather just stared off into the apple trees. Finally he said, "Goodbye is such a sad word, too final, too cold for friends to use. We seem to have many ways of saying goodbye, but they all have one thing in common: sadness." Grandfather then took Billy to a spot in the front yard where a huge red rose bush sat conspicuously alone and asked, "What do you see here?" Billy answered, "Something soft and beautiful, Grandpa." Grandfather said, "It isn't just the roses that are beautiful. It's the special place in your heart that makes them so. I planted this bush on the day my first son was born. It was my way of saying thank you to God. That boy's name was Billy, just like yours." Tears welled up in Grandfather's eyes. His voice became hoarse. One day a terrible war came, and my son went away to fight a great evil. He and I walked to the train station together. 10 months later, a telegram came. My son died in some tiny village in Italy. All I could think was the last thing that I said to him in his life was goodbye. Grandpa slowly stood up. "Don't ever say goodbye, Billy. Don't ever give in to the sadness and loneliness of that word. I want you to remember the joy and the happiness of those times when you first said hello to a friend. Take that hello and lock it away within you, in that special place in your heart where summer isn't always time. When you and your friends must part, I want you to reach deep within you and bring back that first hello." It's my wish that each of us can keep our high school memories and store them in that special place in our heart where we never have to use that sad word, goodbye. Thank you.
The Algoma High School Band, directed by Mr. Kerry Nichols, would like to perform their musical selection at this time. Mary Miller, the daughter of Mrs. Norma Miller, was selected to present the class of 1985's history. Mary was very active throughout her years at AHS, especially through forensics, one-act play, and cheerleading. She is also a very close friend of mine, and I will surely miss her warm and happy smile that I received every morning at school next year. Mary?
Remember our first day of high school? We all huddled together in groups of 5 or 10 with friends from grade school and went into the gym. We sat directly across from the seniors who stood up and yelled, "Freshmen, marshmallows," and it felt as if they were looking directly at you. Then it was a struggle for those of us who had never had combinations on lockers before to get them open. The one-act play was Persiant. We sold popcorn and Whoppers, which didn't prove to be very profitable. In fact, just the opposite. Our freshman class advisor was Mr. Barrow. Our class officers were David Stoller, president, Paul Blaskovic, vice president, Terry Bushy, secretary, and Autumn Center, treasurer. The homecoming couple from our class was Jenny Stengel and John Lebat. The musical was Guys and Dolls. This was the first year that quiet study was in effect, and the Commons was only for seniors and junior and sophomore honor students. We were the last class to have freshman guidance counseling. This was also the last year for an all-school assembly on the first day of school. The number of credits needed to graduate was increased to 20. Our sophomore campaign to raise funds for our class trip was more successful. We sold pizzas and Christmas ornaments. Our head advisor was Mr. Lowe's. The one-act play was The Little Peasant. Greg Rock and Don Laurie were the couple on homecoming court. The musical was Brigadoon. The class officers were Paul Blaskovic, president, Robin Anders, vice president, Terry Bushy, secretary, and Mary Miller, treasurer. A memorable moment was a certain sweet 16th birthday party. During our junior year, we sold pizzas and sun catchers. We owe special thanks to Mr. Burkhardt, our advisor, for helping to make our junior prom a success. The theme of our prom was Paradise. Members of the prom court were Jenny Stengel and Rob Mead, Georgie Westridge and Paul Valise, Julie Brower and Chris Walski, Lisa Luft and Paul Blaskovic, Sue Stahula and John Kroll, Dawn Laurie and Greg Rock, Vicki Shaw and Kevin Kirkman, and our king and queen were Cheryl Finnendale and Mike DeLoret. The one-act play was The Lottery. The musical was Godspell. The Badger State representatives were John Kroll, Chris Walski, Autumn Center, and Mary Miller. The alternates were Rod Bichette, Keith Albertson, Lori Miller, and Brenda Walter. The junior class officers were Robin Anders, president, John Kroll, vice president, Chris Walski, treasurer, and Dawn Laurie, secretary. Our DAI recipient was Robin Anders. The sales of croissants, pizzas, and magazines helped our class trip funds increase. The musical was Snoopy. The girls' basketball team received second at the state tournament in Madison in Class B. The forensics group, with the guidance of Mr. Lowe's and Sherry Storm, received a first at Madison. Our class officers were Robin Anders, president, Chris Walski, vice president, Cheryl Finnendale, secretary, and Dawn Laurie, treasurer. Some of the banal jargon this class has coined are, "Oh, look at that babe. Oh, he's gonna puke. What a stitch." That just kills me. And beauteous, just beauteous. This was the first year of the mini-floats for homecoming. Some of the homecoming activities were on cable TV. No comments for anyone was started this year. Our homecoming theme was Hard Habit to Break, and the homecoming couples were Mike DeLoret and Cheryl Finnendale, John Lee Bott and Carrie Draves, Rod Bichette and Lisa Shrinkow, John Kroll and Mary Miller. The king and queen were Chris Walski and Dawn Laurie. Our City Hawkins was an original this year from Dog Patch. The one-act play was Go Ask Alice, which went to state for the 13th year in a row. The boys' track team won regionals. Individuals going to state were John Kroll, Mike DeLoret, Rod Bichette, Lori Miller. As for the baseball team, well, we went to Chicago for our class trip. We did a variety of things, but the most memorable one seemed to be the musical Pump Boys and Dinettes. Right, Mr. Mayhew? And I would like to thank all the Packers for making our lives more exciting. In conclusion, a poem by Cindy Kitchline sums up our feelings on this night. As we reach out our hand, the diploma we grasp, while we think of the memories of the years in the past, tears fill our eyes, because it's all gone. We're starting a new life. We have to move on. We hope friends will keep in touch as the years pass us by. Although it hurts inside, we'll try not to cry. We think of kindergarten and our first day. Now we've reached the end. we're going away. How do you say goodbye to friends who mean so much? Will there be time to sincerely keep in touch? You'll always have the memories of your school years from day one. Don't think of school as ending. Think a new life has begun.
At this time, Mr. Halfman, Algoma High School's principal, will present the class of 1985, and Mr. Gerke, the district administrator, will present the diplomas.
Thank you, Autumn. Before presenting the class for the reception of their diplomas, I would like to share two messages with you. The first was found in the May issue of the Reader's Digest in a short paragraph entitled, "A Gem of an Idea," which was a parable told by William Cunningham, education advisor to the governor of California, that goes like this. A man was walking in the desert when a voice said to him, "Pick up some pebbles and put them in your pocket, and tomorrow you will be both glad and sorry." The man obeyed and picked up a handful of pebbles and put them in his pocket. The next morning he reached into his pocket and found diamonds, rubies, and emeralds, and he was both glad and sorry. Glad he had taken some, sorry he hadn't taken more. And so it is with education. I'm certain that many of you graduating here this evening are both glad and sorry. Glad that you took advantage of your educational opportunities the past 4 years, but sorry that you did not take even greater advantage of the opportunities that were given to you. The second message, I think, is rather humorous and was found on a tombstone in a cemetery many years ago in England that reads, "Remember, man, that passeth by, as thou art now, so once was I. And as I am, thou must be. Prepare thyself to follow me." And scrawled directly below this inscription was a message that I think was most significant, and it said this: "To follow thee is not my intent, unless I know which way thou went." Your graduation tonight does not mean that opportunities and decisions affecting your course of life are completed. May the educational experiences you've had thus far serve you as a guide in determining which way thou wilt goest in life. With these thoughts in mind, on behalf of the faculty, administration, and Board of Education, I would like to congratulate the entire class of 1985 and to wish them success in both their personal lives and in their future endeavors. And I would also like to add my personal congratulations to each one of you. I would also like to thank Karen Bioff for sharing her friendship with us during the school year. We have enjoyed your company, and as a result, I think our school and community have profited from your being here. We wish you well when you return to your native country of Denmark, and we hope this friendship continues even though we are oceans apart. We also hope that your stay has been profitable for you and that you've enjoyed your time spent in Algoma, and we wish you well. At this time, then, it is my pleasure to present the class of 1985 for the reception of their diplomas. They have fulfilled the requirements for graduation as prescribed by the Board of Education and have earned this honor. Receiving the first diploma is Robin May Anders. Mary B. Miller. Mary will also receive a President's Award. Michael L. Botke. Michael will receive the Salutatorian's Award and a Presidential Award. Justine E. Scanlon. Karen DeRozier. Michelle R. Wanless. Craig Brands. Autumn Dawn Center. Autumn will also receive a President's Award. Aaron Diop. Christopher D. Wolski. Christopher will receive the Valedictorian Award and a Presidential Award. Vicki Ann Shaw. Gayleen Jean Maurer. Penny L. Dahl. Sandra R. Lawrence. Sandra will also receive a Presidential Award. Dean Nusual. Joy Elizabeth Miraz. Robert Matthew Jeancourt. Robert A. Reinhardt. Mary Jo Massey. Mark H. Zastro. Jensing Stengel. Cheryl Marie Fennendale. Nancy M. Koska. Carrie Dawn Draves. Rebecca M. Matheson. Lisa Ann Shrinka. Teresa Ann Bushy. Teresa will also receive a Presidential Award. Kelly Jo Stock. Deborah Sarah Savilsky. Georgianne Mary Westrick. John T. Kroll. John will also receive a Presidential Award. Gregory A. Rock. Jennifer Lynn Duker. Jennifer will also receive a Presidential Award. Karen A. Hickman. Lori Ann Miller. Mary Louise Entriger. Mary will also receive a Presidential Award. Suzanne M. Stahula. Michelle Marie Monfaust. Paul Andrew Blaskovic. Paul will also receive a Presidential Award. Timothy C. Wessel. Mark H. Rosh. Patrick J. Stiller. Bradley M. Brown. Robert J. Dashlet. Scott Allen Iwan. John F. Lebat. Robert R. Mead. Paul M. Felice. Paul will also receive a presidential award. Rodney Joseph Fischette. Larry E. Entringer. Todd Wessel. Paul Allen Koenig. Arnold H. Gertz. Jeffrey R. Schmela. Dawn Laurie. Brenda Sue Walter. Brenda will also receive a presidential award. Shane Richard Bagley. David J. Stoller. David will also receive a presidential award. Eric Lewis Hepp. Keith Ellen Albertson. Scott J. Schrenka. Kevin R. Kirkman. Shannon L. Beckman. David E. Halfman. Kurt E. Colburn. Ronald Lee Bruning. Timothy G. Massar. Lee L. Wessel. Lisa M. Luft. And Michael J. Delora. class of 1985.
Before I close, I would like to take the opportunity to thank some very special people who made the past 4 years of my life enjoyable. First of all, I would like to thank all of my friends, especially Robin Anders, who was always there to listen to me whenever I had a problem. But most of all, I would like to thank her for all the good times we shared together. I will truly miss her next year. I would also like to thank my family, who are always supportive, encouraging, and proud of me for whatever I accomplished or attempted, especially my mother, who I so often took for granted. I want you all to know that I love you very much. In closing, I would like to wish each and every one of my fellow classmates success in whatever their future plans may be. All of us will be entering the world as young adults very shortly, either by going on to college or by finding a job. I believe each of us has to have an open and positive mind as we enter this world. We must treasure the good things that come our way, but also accept the bad ones too. We must learn to accept people for who they are, because each individual is special and unique in his or her own way. Yesterday, I received a graduation card from my grandparents. On the card was a poem written by Amanda Bradley. I feel that it offers a lot of advice about life and obtaining our goals. So in closing, I would now like to read this poem to you, which is entitled At Graduation. At graduation, if you treasure the beauty that shows all around you and try to add some of your own, enjoy the companionship others can give you, yet value your moments alone. If you honor opinions that differ from yours, yet stand up for what you believe, admire the accomplishments others have made, and take pride in what you can achieve. If you love those around you and love yourself too, if your spirit is eager and free, then you know what it means to live life to its fullest and be the best you can be. I would like to thank all of you for attending our graduation this evening, and at this time we'll ask all of the class and the audience to please rise and remain standing for the singing and playing of the alma mater and the recessional. Thank you very much.
And you know what?
They are. Breyer's all-natural ice cream. Nothing but pure enjoyment.
Hello. From News Center 11, I'm Nancy Bruce. School bus drivers from our area and all over Wisconsin are rallying